Good Tuesday evening, November 5th, election night, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Leavenworth City Council is back to 7 members with their appointment of a new council member. The Chelan County Veterans Service Office will close this Friday so staff can prepare for a 4-month renovation project. Coming up in weather, get ready for sunny, mild days and cold overnights through Friday. Your full local forecast is straight ahead. Moses Lake police say a 27-year-old man murdered his grandfather and then buried his body in a shallow grave in the Cascade Valley area. On Sunday, police arrested Isaiah Joshua Thomas, a former college athlete, at a home in Knowles Vista, where he'd been living with his grandfather, 75-year-old Richard Andrews. Thomas is suspected of killing Andrews at the home and then trying to dispose of his body near Stanley Drive Northeast. The Washington State Patrol Crime Lab was called to collect evidence at both locations in an operation that's likely to end tonight. Thomas remains held in the Grant County Jail. About 2 months after internet service provider Localtel was sold to Ziply Fiber, Ziply Fiber itself is being sold to a Canadian telecom company. Bell Canada announced Monday it's spending $3.65 billion to acquire Ziply in an effort to expand the Canadian provider's fiber offerings in the United States. Ziply is based in Kirkland, and it first made waves by purchasing the Northwest Fiber Network built by Frontier Communications for $1.4 billion in 2020. 2 years later, Ziply purchased the Ephrata-based ISP Fiber for an undisclosed amount. Ziply closed on the purchase of Localtel in September, again for an undisclosed amount. Ziply spokesperson Ryan Lucan told NCWLIFE News the sale is not expected to close until the second half of 2025. He said the company expects no changes for Ziply and Localtel employees, and the main goal will be to expand fiber to more communities faster. The Leavenworth City Council is back to 7 members with their appointment of a new council member. Boutique hotel owner Michael Bedard will fill the seat left behind by Rona Barron, who resigned in October. According to NCWLIFE media partner The Wenatchee World, the council interviewed 7 applicants and voted 5-1 in favor of Bedard. Bedard has lived in Leavenworth for the last 10 years and previously lived in Everett, where he was a firefighter for 17 years. He will serve the remainder of the term through December 31st, 2025, and said he intends to run for the seat in next year's election. A semi-driver who fell asleep behind the wheel was injured after crashing his rig early today just outside Moses Lake. The accident happened about 1:49 a.m. The Washington State Patrol says the 24-year-old driver from Boise was northbound on Highway 17 near I-90 when he nodded off and rolled the semi and its trailer onto the northbound shoulder. The vehicle came to rest on its top. The driver had to be extricated from the wreck but suffered only minor injuries. When we come back, the Office of the Washington State Auditor says the state still lacks a system to track cannabis from production to retail sales, and the Washington Republican Party is taking heat for campaign text messages sent to Spanish-speaking voters in a Yakima legislative district in the last days of the election. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Attention all units, be on the lookout for Hot Tub John's mind. That's right, Hot Tub John's has lost his mind at Hot Tubs Liquidators. Get a 5-person platinum spa with all the options, including 34 jets for $59.95, or a 6-person infinity with all the options included, 91 jets for $79.95. That's nuts! Celebrate these grand opening deals at both locations in Chelan and now in Wenatchee. Stay tuned for the next episode of Where's John's Mind? Hot Tub Liquidators.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Are you a good listener? Do you stay curious when exploring conflicts? Can you manage emotions in stressful situations? Do you want to help people create solutions that work for each person's needs, lives, and culture? We need people like you to learn to be volunteer mediators, and we're here to help. Contact your local dispute resolution center to discuss your interests and learn about training opportunities.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Chelan County Veterans Services Office will close this Friday so staff can prepare for a 4-month renovation project. The VSO will reopen on Tuesday, November 12th at the Administrative Office for the Chelan County Commissioners at 400 Douglas Street. The entrance will be available at street level on Washington Street across from the Chelan County Law and Justice Building. The VSO's home at 428 Orondo Avenue is a 74-year-old home that was converted into an office space in 1995. The $173,000 project is paid for through COVID relief funds from the American Rescue Plan Act, and county commissioners signed a contract with Vexel Consulting and Contracting of Wenatchee to complete renovations by April 1st. 147 different organizations have been awarded a piece of $500,000 in grant money. The grants were funded jointly by Confluence Health and the Wenatchee Valley Medical Group, which is the largest physician group affiliated with Confluence Health. The annual Community Partnership Fund grants went to foundations, groups, organizations, and causes across Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan counties. Award recipients included the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and other causes ranging from healthcare to art and community engagement. Each county was represented multiple times, and each group was notified in the past few weeks of their selection. The Office of the Washington State Auditor says the state still lacks a system to track cannabis from production to retail sale. In 2018, the Liquor and Cannabis Board was implementing a tracking system that would highlight risks for further investigation, but the project failed. The tracking system project was eventually canceled after being overseen by 3 different sponsors and 3 different deputy directors in 3 years, and an old data system that was repurposed. Auditors found the current system is misplaced decimals and reported sales price of individual products, which contributed to the system reporting annual sales of almost $8 billion in 2022, when the estimated sales for the same period was about $1.3 billion. The board is also replacing other aging information technology systems, and management does not expect to be able to launch another tracking system until 2031. The Washington Republican Party is taking heat for campaign text messages sent to Spanish-speaking voters in a Yakima legislative district in the last days of the election. The text in Spanish targeted Democratic candidates for the legislature in the 14th district, telling voters, quote, "They hate you, they hate your family, they hate God, and they hate the truth." The text also accused Democratic office seekers Maria Beltran, Ana Ruiz Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas of seeking to eliminate the Spanish language and of supporting chemical castration of children. Incumbent Republican Senator Curtis King, running for re-election in the 14th, says he disavows the messages and did not approve their use. Washington GOP Chair Jim Walsh defended the language. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will talk to the 100-year-old owner of the Nutcracker Museum in Leavenworth about what makes her nutcrackers so special. Expect sunny skies, seasonal high temperatures, and cold overnight lows the next couple of days. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese blintz, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
The Leavenworth Nutcracker Museum and Gift Shop has become a must-see for visitors to the Bavarian Village. Arlene Wagner and her late husband George put their personal collection of nutcrackers on display when they established the museum nearly 30 years ago. Next month, Arlene will celebrate her 100th birthday, inviting the community to share cake with her on December 8th at Icicle Village Resort. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Casey Safford spoke with Arlene about her life experiences and what makes her prized nutcrackers so special.
We founded the museum in 1995. The gift shop started as we moved down onto the first floor, which was in 2020, right after COVID.
So as you've continued to oversee the museum and gift shop over time, what have been the most significant changes in your opinion?
Well, we have grown a lot in the size of the collection, and that would be the most interesting thing, I think.
All right, so why nutcrackers?
I was a dance teacher. I taught ballet, and I learned the choreography for the Nutcracker Ballet from Alexandra Danilova in New York, and then set it on a small ballet company over south of Seattle. And when we went downtown looking for the correct nutcracker for Clara, we saw all of these big tooth funny things, and we were so entranced that we bought a couple, and then we decided to collect. And we had a large collection of the wooden toy soldiers from Germany, and then we went to a large antique show in Portland and found all of these carved things. And so that's what got us interested. So made lots of trips to Europe looking for nutcrackers.
So I understand now you have published a few books about the history of nutcrackers and one a recipe book. Why the decision to put some things from your collection into print?
Because there's not very much there for people to see. Hardly anything online and hardly any books. So that's why we did this.
So in what ways do you feel the museum has become a cornerstone of the community here in Leavenworth?
Well, I believe it's because Nutcrackers is a theme that everyone knows about, and everybody usually gets a Nutcracker for Christmas. And so they are interested. But I will say that they are surprised, in fact, shocked, when they come in and find out that it isn't just the German wooden toy soldiers, but we have antiques, one that goes back as far as Roman times.
So which Nutcracker in your collection would you say holds the most sentimental value to you?
I think that would be Carl, our hand-carved 6-foot Nutcracker from Oberammergau that we had him make for us. It's a beer drinker, which fits fabulously into the theme of Leavenworth.
As you approach your century birthday this December, what thoughts and feelings are you experiencing?
It's kind of fun to think back of all the opportunities I've had over time. I mean, I have met so many wonderful people. I have been able to do so much. I've traveled so much that it's all because of that Nutcracker.
When you look back on your life now, what significant moments stand out to you the most?
I think the most would be seeing the oldest Nutcracker in the world that is in Italy. It's a pair of hands that was made by the Greeks that settled in southern Italy. And it is bronze, and I was able to hold it in my hands. And then also being able to learn the choreography of the Nutcracker Ballet from Alexandra Danilova in New York. When she was living, she was the greatest ballerina in the world. And that was thrilling.
And now, lastly, I have to ask, what life advice do you have for our viewers? What lesson would you like to pass on to younger generations watching?
Just keep busy. Just keep going. I think that's the most important thing that I could ever advise anyone. Keep busy.
And how do you plan on celebrating your century birthday?
Oh, we're going to have a big party, and on December the 8th, and we are inviting everybody to come, have a piece of birthday cake with me, and it's going to be at the Icicle Resort, and it'll be fun.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Tuesday was a good one. A little bit of a breeze out there, but nothing like that strong wind that we had last night. Boy, the high wind warning was true. We had strong winds, 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts across our area. And what a beautiful shot this afternoon. This is around the Wahluke Royal City area. And you can see some darkened clouds, but really no threat today, and lots of blue sky. It just made for a beautiful picture down that direction in beautiful Washington State. It was a pretty nice day all over the state, but we're going to get cold over the next few nights. In fact, Wenatchee, we will be 32 tonight, 31 our overnight lows. We get into Thursday, 33 on Friday, 35 on Saturday. And I'll tell you what, even a little bit colder for Moses Lake. Omak will be down into the 20s over the next 3 nights. So yeah, our fall weather is finally here as far as overnight lows. Today's high, though, was above normal for our second day in a row, unofficially at 54 degrees, 5 degrees above 49. That's where we should be for this time of year. Our record high just 2 years ago, 65 degrees in 2022. This morning we were 39, 34 normal, and it was cold, 1973, 14, our overnight low record. Sunrise this morning, 6:51, and it's set this afternoon at 4:30. 37. All right, taking a look at those Wednesday temperatures, and it's going to be a chilly one out there. The good news about tomorrow, hardly any wind at all and lots of blue sky out there. 48s all over our map from Moses Lake to Ephrata and Quincy. Also Wenatchee, Eniat 48 and Chelan. It looks like Omak, the warm spot at 49 tomorrow, while the cool spot will be up in Lake Wenatchee with a high temperature of 44. Taking a look now at our surface loop. Tonight we can expect mostly clear skies, a big ridge of high pressure over us, and that's because of that area of high pressure in western Montana. It will be chilly tonight, as we talked about, with lows around 30, probably about 31 degrees tonight. For Wednesday, lots of that sunshine. It will be seasonal. Remember, our normal high temperature is 49, and that's pretty much where we'll be tomorrow, somewhere in those upper 40s. For Thursday, our clear skies and sunshine continue. Going to warm up just a hair on Thursday, too, as our high pressure moves to the south, and that'll allow some more southerly air to move in. Low 50s for a high on Thursday, and then by Friday, we're waiting on this storm. It's not going to happen so much on Friday. We'll see mostly sunny and then mostly cloudy skies during the day. High temperatures in those low 50s, but as we get into Saturday, here is Saturday morning. Our best chance for rain will be during the morning hours, mostly cloudy in the afternoon. You can see most of the showers will be in the Cascades and west. High temperatures to kick off our weekend in the low 50s. For your Sunday, cloudy skies as one area of low pressure moves through and another one gets set to move into our area. Not a lot of activity during the day, but there's our evening hours. An 80% chance. I think we could see some rain mixed with snow Sunday night here in the Wenatchee Valley, and that'll lead to some more showers Monday morning. In fact, lots of them. Rain mixed with snow Monday. A little better once again by afternoon with high temperatures on Monday. Pretty seasonal, near 50 degrees. Here's your 7-day forecast. 39 overnight tonight. A beautiful 2 days ahead. Sunny skies both Wednesday and Thursday. Upper 40s Wednesday, lower 50s on Thursday. And then as that storm system begins to move in Friday, mostly cloudy and 52. And then a very rainy 3 days. Morning rain Saturday, evening rain on Sunday. And it looks like we could see rain showers most of the day on Monday with high temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Well, happy Election Day. The Seattle Kraken are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak on the road in Denver tonight. Game wraps up a 5-game road trip that started rather well with an 8-2 win in Montreal. The offense has fallen on hard times since, however, scoring just 1 goal in 3 games. The puck drops at 6 o'clock, game broadcast on Kong TV. Well, the Seahawks head into the bye week with way more questions than answers following an overtime loss to the Rams on Sunday, while Geno Smith led Seattle to a game-tying touchdown to force overtime. He was also sacked 7 times and threw 3 interceptions. Coach Mike Macdonald says they're going back to the drawing board to figure out what the wrong steps have been.
We're on our way. We're on our way. It's not where we want to be. It's not where we expected to be. But I feel like we are I think we're resilient as heck. I mean, our guys, you can just go week by week on the adversity that we faced. A lot of it is self-inflicted adversity, And great football teams don't do that. They eliminate drag. They go they go forward fast together. We're going together. We're just not going fast, right now. So it's our job as coaches to really eliminate that drag and make it clear for the guys. And we might, like I said last night, you got to go into these things with mentality that everything's kind of on the table, So that's you got to go with an open mind, open your lens up a little bit, and go back to work. So, but our guys we'll talk to them here in a minute. We'll meet today, and then we'll move forward.
As far as Gino is concerned, McDonald says they have no choice but to be better along the offensive line to keep Smith upright through the games.
We got to do a better job of taking care of Gino, throughout the course of the game. I mean, that's we have to be more efficient on those early downs so teams aren't teeing off on us on second and long, and it's hard. It's hard. Now, in those situations, we do have, at the end of the day, we got to be ball dominant. So we can't put the ball in harm's way. Gino knows that. I know that's why he's really hard on himself right now. But it is more of a reflection of us as a football team than just Gino when the quarterback's getting hit. So we got to do a better job.
Players were at the facility for meetings and treatment yesterday and will have the rest of the week off. Coaching staff working all week during the bye to figure things out before they step on the field in a couple of Sundays against the 49ers. Well, the Mariners have two Gold Glove winners in their midst. Cal Raleigh and Dylan Moore were rewarded for their prowess in the field by the American League over the weekend. Raleigh is the first catcher in Mariner history to win the award. Moore played in a utility role for Seattle last season, playing every position except for pitcher and catcher. The Wenatchee Wild continue their longest homestand of the season this weekend with the games on Friday and on Saturday. Wenatchee will host the Red Deer Rebels on Friday night at 7 o'clock, and then Portland comes to town on Saturday at 6. According to the voice of the Wild, Austin Drade, having Daniel Hauser back in net will help a great deal.
Good to have him back, and I think it's an emotional lift for the guys too. Your top two goaltenders are out of the lineup, and your Zach Zahara is not a bad third goaltender by any means, but you're getting by with your third and your fourth goaltender, and you're trying to score enough and get some big saves from them just to keep you in games and to win a few along the way. And to have Daniel back, I think is it's going to be big for this club. Number one, because of the emotional lift, but he's got the talent to steal you a few games. He stole us a few big saves in those highlights we just saw.
Hauser stopped 32 of 35 shots on goal Saturday in Wenatchee's 7-3 victory over Edmonton. Friday's game at the Town Toyota Center is proud to be an American night. Drade says Saturday's game will be an even larger event.
Military Appreciation Night is always one of our biggest nights. CMI Orchards is always, we're always happy to have them partnering with us on that night, but it'll be a Military Appreciation Night. We'll have some extra pomp and circumstance surrounding the game. Those 1,000 tickets that David was able to sell on the patio at the TTC, those will be used that night as well. So hoping to see a lot of veterans, a lot of military folks out at the game on Saturday night. We'll have hats to give away from CMI as well.
About the giveaway. Okay.
Yep. So we'll have that. We'll have our special jersey auction that night. Guys will be wearing their jerseys Friday and Saturday. So we're looking forward to that one. That one will be one of our biggest crowds of the year, maybe the biggest one, at least up to the first of the year.
Go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com for information and buy tickets for the big weekend coming up in the Wolves' Den. Well, postseason tournaments either get going or resume today across north central Washington. We're talking prep sports here. District 5 2A girls soccer tournament finishes up in Grandview with East Valley facing Sela. The loser-out game that followed is, by the way, the championship between Ellensburg and Prosser at 6:30 tonight. District 5-6 1A tournament moves to the next round at 3 sites tonight. Cashmere is hosting Natchez Valley for the district championship. Cascade is hosting Cowan Benton. Royal taking on Wahluke tonight as well. The play-in games for the Big 9 district tournament is tonight with Eastmont hosting Davis while Eisenhower visits Moses Lake. The winners will move on to face one another Thursday night at the higher seed while the losers' season is over. District play-in games are also being held for Big 9 teams in volleyball tonight. Eastmont's on the road to Moses Lake, and that's a loser route contest. The other matchup finds Eisenhower at West Valley. Winners will advance to the district tournament. That'll be Saturday in Wenatchee. Waterville is the site for the District 5 1B volleyball tournament. Semifinal matches tonight. Antioch takes on Soap Lake, and then Moses Lake Christian and Waterville Mansfield will start at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.